And Mezco is not allowing anyone to breathe right now because they're just releasing figures after figures after figures. You guys wanted Mezco figures? You got them. Here is our third Mezco of the week. We have the Ultraman 112 Collective coming in this massive box. This is not a massive box, but it's big. This is the same size box as all the regular releases of Mezcos from all the past years, and now they're slowly using the smaller boxes, so I guess Ultraman didn't make that cut. But here's the front of the box, out of frame, yeah, completely out of frame, but it's all right, we'll be fine. Here is the back side right there, and if you guys are interested in this figure, I do recommend you guys checking out onestoptoyshop.com. That's where I got mine. He has this bad boy in stock, as well as some other figures like the Michael Myers Halloween 2 Mezco 112 that just released, and possibly Mr. Freeze that just released as well. They're coming out. Mezco's pumping everything out at this point. So be sure to check out onestoptoyshop.com for all your Mezco 112 needs. Highly recommend it. It's a local small business, and it's always great to support small businesses out there for sure, 100%. So, anyways, let's crack this thing open. All right, so here he is out of the box, and it's a very interesting scale, I must say. I feel like it's a little bit bigger than a 112 scale. It's proportionally it's bigger, and it seems odd. It seems like it's more of a 7-inch figure than a 6-inch. But yeah, anyways, it comes in this fabric pleather-like material, which is a little scary. I feel like this possibly could get damaged over time, especially if you're bending up the knees or the arms. I feel like it's prone to flake possibly or crease, but only time will tell. So out of the box, he looks like this. Let's go right into the accessories that he comes with. Alright, so he comes with an alternate faceplate here with some eye beams coming out of his face. Then we get this swirly effect. And let me tell you right now, right off the bat, let me be very transparent with you guys. I know absolutely nothing about Ultraman. I'm just checking this figure out and seeing if it's cool, if I like it. But in terms of the character and the story and everything about Ultraman, I don't know anything about Ultraman, to be honest with you guys. So bear with me, okay? Take it easy on me. But here's this thing, a sweet little airplane here. From what I understand, Ultraman is a giant-sized person, so that's why maybe that's why he seems a little weirdly scaled, because he's supposed to be big. Here's the airplane. We're gonna get some other cool accessories like buildings, so it looks like he is a giant figure or a giant. You could photograph him as if he's in the city, pretty much. Then we have this ring effect right here, as well as this hand effect. The hand is molded on there, and he creates this effect. I'm assuming this is like a power that he uses. And then if you look closely, he does have a pair of fists on him right out the box. So he comes with an alternate set of open hands with the fingers all side by side. And then we get a pair of open hands right here. The right hand is slightly different than the left. Left is a little bit more relaxed. Up next we get these hands. And then we get these hands right here. They all look very similar, honestly. The changes or the differences are very subtle. And then we have these hands, which look exactly like the ones I showed you in the beginning, but if I grab one of those, it's actually slightly different. You see here, very subtle difference in the pose, in the palm. Check out the palm. Yeah, it's very subtle. Alright, so now we're getting to the nitty gritty. The buildings, man. This is very cool, and I can see a lot of people using these parts for other figures like Godzilla, but I love how you can do battle damage buildings. Look at this. That's so cool. There's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 buildings we can put around him. So there's that one right there. Here's another one over here. And then lastly, there's one right here. So very cool. I dig that a lot, and that's probably why he is proportionally weird. Last but not least, we have a very cool looking cape. So let's go ahead and put that over him. And now he is decked out. Check him out with that cape. Has a real chain link right there on the front, and looks pretty cool. We got a bendy wire as well on the edges, so you can have it windswept pose if you wish. And of course, I gotta mention, I don't always show it, but he comes with your standard Mezco base and stand, as well as the little baggie that they all come with. Alright, so let's check out his articulation. The head will go up very slightly. It's very limited, honestly. You can see there. Head tilting left and right, and the arms will go all the way up, but that gets a little scary. I mean, once you start seeing that, I don't like seeing that crunching up of that pleather. That could flake, that could, you know, crack or whatever. In and out, bicep swivel. There is a double jointed elbow, same thing there. Bend it as you wish. There is a swivel at that ball jointed hinge at the wrist. Torso diaphragm joint as well as a waist swivel. Legs will kick forward as much as you feel comfortable with. Goes with everything here. In and out, but I'm not going to go any further. There is a thigh swivel as well as a double jointed knee. There's an ankle hinge, ankle rocker, ankle swivel at the foot. See, what really terrifies me about this reminds me of the Mezco Diabolic. I had that figure and what ended up happening with him just from him standing on the shelf. I didn't even really pose him. He had a similar material to this. It was all black. I think it was thinner. This is definitely thicker. I don't know if it makes a difference, but it was thinner, and maybe it was tighter. This seems like it's a little bit looser, so that's probably good. But I guess it was too tight to the point that it was stretching, and over time it actually ripped the pleather part on top of the cloth. So it didn't rip the entire soft goods cloth, but it ripped the top layer pleather. You know, cheapy, crappy plastic, whatever fake leather it is they use, and there was a tear there, and it looked terrible. You know, terrible, terrible. So hopefully that's not what happens here. I feel like it's not super tight on them, but still, it's a potential and it's a fear that it could happen over time. I'm not the biggest fan of using this type of material. You know, I'd rather go with soft goods texture and all that. But, you know, anyways, let's move on. So here he is next to the Michael Myers Halloween 2 Mezco 112 Collective, solely because he just recently got released alongside Ultraman, and he's the most recent review that I put out. So check him out if you missed it, and also I don't have any other Ultraman figures or characters to really compare this guy to. So of course we'll just compare him next to some random Mezcos. We have the Mezco 112 Collective Predator, so he definitely towers over Ultraman. And then here he is next to the 3-year-old Michael Keaton 89 Mezco Batman. So that's a quick look at Ultraman. Honestly, I can't really say this is the best Ultraman figure out there. I'm sure there's an import out there that's better than this. And the fact that he is in this material and it terrifies me to pose him really makes it pointless. You want to pose a character like this. From what I've seen in videos, he does dynamic poses. So yes, you can do it, but at your own risk, obviously. So if you don't care about ripping it, maybe you bought a couple extras just in case, and you can go to town on one, and hey, have fun. Go ahead and go to town. But I'm not the type of person that would do that and have any extras just for that. You know, I'm not gonna. And if I get a figure at this price and I don't pose him, you know, if he's just standing like this, I don't know what's the point, right? So I don't know how I feel about this guy. Maybe it's because I'm not an Ultraman fan, or I have zero knowledge of Ultraman. So that might be a reason. But I want to know what the Ultraman fans out there think of this. So that's what I'm really curious about. If you're watching this, let me know what you think of this figure. Is it great? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it cool? Is it okay? How does it compare to all the other Ultraman figures that are on the market or have been on the market? So I definitely think that the best part about this, at least for me, are the buildings. Very cool. You know, this makes me want to use this with my Dragon Ball Z Shenron or Porunga. I think that's what I might do. But anyways, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, take care, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.